Hey, what's up, guys? So today I just want to talk about why you should not tell anyone your plans right away. So most of us, we get excited whenever we find, let's say, for example, we're watching a YouTube video, right? We find things on how we can make $5,000 a week, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. There's all these different numbers that's promised to us in certain YouTube videos about wealth and finance. And if we just invest in this stock this month, we're gonna get rich. Or if we just start this business, this power washing business, or this, garage cleaning business, well, we can find these many people in our area and we can get rich. And you get excited and you start to tell everyone about the plan. You tell your next door neighbor, you tell your coworkers, you tell your parents, you tell your siblings, you tell everybody. And then next thing you know, you start this business. 2 weeks go by, everyone's asking, hey man, you said the business was going to make you 20K a month, 5K a week, what's going on? You're not even making $2 yet. The business actually takes way longer than you thought it would have took. It's you got to get the supplies, you got to find the people. You think that you're going to DM 10 people, or you're going to message 100 people, or you're going to cold call 100 people, and you're going to get a client, and you get no clients. And then next thing you know, Instagram blocks your DM feature because you DM too many people. Your phone number gets registered as a spam phone number because you called too many people. And now your phone calls are going straight to spam, your emails are going straight to spam, your DM feature on Instagram is blocked, and now you have no idea how you can reach out to customers to get clients. You don't have a lot of money to pay for ads, and you don't have a lot of money to spend trying out these different businesses because you have bills to pay. And that's the problem when you start to announce your goals to people, is that it doesn't work out in the beginning because you have to get over the hump. You have to figure out, okay, my number got spam registered in the spam call because I was cold calling too many people to purchase my business. How can I get over that hump? My email got sent to the spam folder. How can I get over that hump? Okay, I need to go and get a business email, and then I need to allow them to sign up to my email link, or opt in to an offer, and then I can now send emails to these people and it'll go to their inbox. These are the things you have to figure out in business. That's why business is hard, and that's why you shouldn't announce your goals to people right away. You should keep it to yourself and then just execute. Just start doing what you need to do, because we all know how that is, right? When we announce it to people, they start looking what they'll tell you in your face. They'll say, "Wow, man, that's a great thing you're doing. Keep it up." Behind your back, well, they're going to start to say, "Man, this person, they think they're going to get rich next week. What makes them think that they're better than us? We're sitting here, we're going to work every single day, and we're providing for our family, and they think that they're going to have this business and they're going to get out of, this work life balance that we're doing." That's what they're saying behind your back, and they're really not, some of them aren't really even rooting for you, and they're consistently asking you, where's the business at, where's the business at, and you don't need to have that kind of unnecessary pressure and this unnecessary this pressure on you. You need to have that in your own heart, and have that in your own mind, that you're doing your business and you're going somewhere, and nobody needs to know until there's some results. When there's some results, that's when you can tell people, because then they'll say, okay, that makes sense what you're doing. Wow, you have some results. And then they'll start asking questions like, well, how did you do this? How can maybe I can do it myself? Oh, how did you start making money with your business? Or, oh, how did you start investing? What did you start doing to invest? How did you get, how did you end up investing 300,000 or 500,000? Well, the secret to investing that much money, for the people who have invested that much money, I'm pretty sure they started 20 years ago. All they did is start, putting a little bit of money in, $200, $500 a month, $400 a month, and they did it consistently. That's all they did. That's the only difference between them and everyone else, is that they did it for a long period of time consistently. And that's really all it is to accomplish your goals, is you need to do one thing, not 1,000 things. Focus on one thing, or even two, maximum two. Focus on one thing and do it over a long period of time consistently. That's literally what the Kobe Bryant's book, the Black Mamba, I think was, yeah, the Black Mamba book. It was literally about him playing basketball over a consistent period of time every single day. He would say how he did it for 4 years for like 5-10 hours a day. So it didn't matter what anyone did during the summer season or summer camp, because even if they put in the hours during summer camp, well, they still couldn't catch up to the amount of hours he put in because he did it over a consistent period of time every single day. And that's how he became one of the best NBA players to ever live. You know, and that's how most people get to become the best. They just do it consistently over a long period of time. They don't switch and jump. Businesses take off because the CEO sticks at the business even when it's failing. They just pivot. Okay, let's say for example, there's the guy who made KFC, right? He was focused on making chicken for a long period of time. He wasn't switching different products. He was focused on chicken. He had mastered the recipe, and then after he mastered the recipe, he started his own small business, and people liked that recipe because he mastered the recipe over tons of years. It wasn't until he was around his 60s until he became rich, because he was mastering the recipe. There's so many different people who I can bring up and as an example, but it's all about the consistent long-term effort. And you don't want to tell people your goals on year one. You want to tell them on year 4, year 5. Try to keep it to yourself. Just do your thing and tell them around year 5, year 6, and let the results speak for themselves, guys. So if you like this video, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.